Hi there, and welcome to a Ceylon Wild Safaris experience. My name is Arran Sivarajah, and I'm going to be your guide, as today we're going on an adventure on foot in the vicinity around the camp to give you an insight to the most incredible wildlife that can be found in the buffer zone jungles of Yala National Park. These wilderness jungles of the dry zone of Sri Lanka are teeming with wildlife. They hold animals as giant as elephants, as pretty as leopards, as fierce as bears, but also the little things. Things as colorful as the most stunning tropical butterflies, and it's also a place for great bird watching. Now, the first piece of evidence on this walk that I've come across are the tracks of one of Sri Lanka's most fascinating reptiles, the monitor lizard. As you can see here, a nice clear tail drag of that monitor lizard in the sand, and just on either side of the tail you can just see, if I point it to you with my stick, you can see the feet there with the claw marks on either side. And sometimes as they're walking, they drag those claws forward almost as if they're lazy to pick them off the ground. Monitor lizards are powerful reptiles. They've got razor-sharp claws that they can use to defend themselves and break into all sorts of different materials to get to prey, and they've also got these forked tongues just like a snake. And what that does is allows them to taste the air, and that's so sensitive that they can even taste if there's prey underground, and if they sense it, they'll dig for it. I've even seen them dig up and eat scorpions. Now here, we're looking at one of the common dry zone shrubs of Sri Lanka, commonly known to the local people as katupila, or in English, often called the water caltrop. Now these white berries are not actually eaten by people, but they are favored by the Indian peafowl. The Indian peafowl isn't just one of the most stunning tropical birds that we get to see in the world, but here in this part of Sri Lanka, it's worshipped because of its connection to one of the Hindu gods that are worshipped here in the area of Kataragama. Just heard my favorite bird calling. I hope he calls again. It's the call of the white-rumped shama. There he goes. Isn't that amazing? The white-rumped shama is not just a very... There he goes. Incredible. The white-rumped shama is not just a beautiful bird, but the call, and a bird being known for having such a various number of calls, all of them beautiful, is what makes it actually one of the most illegally trafficked birds in the exotic bird trade. It's still a very special bird to have here in the buffer zone jungles of Yala. Now just to the side of me here, we have what looks like cotton candy, but I assure you it is not. This structure over here, which you can see this entire web built around the branch, is built by community web spiders. Now these fascinating little teeny weeny spiders that are harmless to people are so small that they've decided that living together would be more beneficial for them. With 50 or more of these tiny spiders working together, they build a web that is so strong that they can catch prey as large as small birds. This, divided amongst them, gives them a greater annual food intake than what they would be able to do if they were alone. The other interesting and more cultural fact about the community web spider is that people of rural Sri Lanka will sometimes take this entire branch and hang it up in their kitchen, keeping the flies away from their food as the flies get stuck to the web and the spiders in turn get fed. Now, we've just come across something extremely exciting very near the camp. We've come across the tracks of the Sri Lankan leopard. If you look carefully here in the sand, you can see the tracks of Panthera pardus cotia. Here at the back of the track, where we have the metacarpal pad and the 4 toes. Another track, nice and clear, right in front of it. Now, a lot of the time you'd think that because this one is behind this one, that this would mean that that's the back foot. It's actually quite the other way around. When leopards walk, they walk with what's called an overstep, and that means that the back foot of the leopard hits the ground just in front of where the front foot hit the ground. So when you're looking at 2 leopard tracks right in front of each other, or one in front of the other, the one that's in front is actually going to be the back foot. How fascinating that we've got some of the most incredible predators on Earth right here near the camp. One of the most commonly asked questions, especially from walking guides, is, are leopards really dangerous? The answer is potentially yes, they could be. But that being said, leopards are naturally secretive and elusive animals and would rather avoid conflict before running towards it. The only chance you would come across a very aggressive individual is if you were to come across an injured leopard who feels the need to defend itself, or a female who's defending her cubs, or if by chance you were to startle one. Well, everyone, the sun is setting and we're coming to the end of our adventure for today, but it's been such a privilege to share this information with you, to find some tracks and to show you some of those incredible arachnids, and of course to find leopard tracks so close to the camp. We'll be back very soon to add to this Ceylon Wild series and to bring more stories to you. Bye for now.